know what's up with that glare. Yeah, phone cracked though. Sure they got something to do with it.
I'm doing hit that some
Okay. I think it's a light too from the window.
Yeah.
Turn that light on.
Okay, I got you.
Brothers geniuses.
That's why. Educated guess, bro.
That's science.
This is science, guys.
You dog, bro.
Yeah, you call it.
Shema, Yashallah, Yahweh, Lahayna, Yahweh, Chad, Shema, Yashallah, Yahweh, Lahayna, Yahweh, Chad, Shema, Yashallah, Yahweh, Lahayna, Yahweh, Chad. All right, Shalom Bakyam. So we would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash.
Double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of the great millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. I was a hop into my left,
Kazak.
into my far left.
Yashima.
All right, you got it, brother.
All right, and we're GMS Mississippi with another weekly lesson. All right, and we're going to deal with how we've been groomed for these times. You see, when Yahweh Shema was shy, put the spirit on us, to take heed to the doctrine. All right, to be converted into the ministry, he started a process for grooming us unto a time, all right, of chaos and also to the rulership after the chaos, So when you go into the scriptures, what you got to understand is this thing is about events in reality. See, people try to disconnect the Bible from reality, but the Bible is reality. And only the Bible can prepare you for particular times that we're coming into in the earth, man. And a lot of our people in this time, they're trusting in the way, all right, that's going to be their destruction. Because there's only one way to life. There's only one path to life, and that's through Yahushua. He will always, make that statement. You see? But our people that trust in this system, all right, was pretty much, especially in America, is nothing but, all right, the embodiment of the Egyptian culture, the Babylonian culture, the Roman culture, all in one. You see? And those ways lead to death, and trusting on those ways going to be disappointed. All right? You can get there, brother.
Oh, this is Isaiah 31:1.
Yep.
Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Yep. Woe is destruction. They go down to Egypt for help. And what we see people doing by going to take this potion, all right, by trying to stay locked in, by trying to, because people making decisions based on what? Trying to maintain their situation in this society. You're going to Egypt for help. When you go vote, you see, when you choose death to keep a job, that's you trying to maintain yourself within this system, man.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because there are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh.
Yeah, because you don't hear anyone talking about Yahweh by Shema Shai in these times. There's no one that's on TV, telling you, bringing out precepts to deal with the time that we're going into. Quick example, it's Psalms 103 and I believe it's 1. The point gonna be in 3 and read down. No one's applying the scripture to the situations of the times that we're living in, man. Everyone is talking about some type of science. Now everyone's a disease infectious expert. No, man. The scriptures have the answer to every situation that you can find yourself in on earth. You got it, bro.
All right. Psalm chapter 103. Get to the point.
Yeah.
All right, verse 3. Who forgiveth, I'll read verse 2.
Yeah, read 2.
Let's say, bless the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits.
Yep.
Who forgiveth all thine iniquities.
Yep.
Who healeth all thy diseases.
Yeah, why this hasn't came out? All right, here it is. Everyone's a disease expert. Well, why this ain't came out? You see, no one is seeking Yahweh by Shema Shai for help. It said, praise ye the Lord and forget. It say, forget not all his benefits. There's a benefit what comes from being obedient to Yahweh by Shema Shai. only this doctrine pushes that mind frame. You know, that obedience draws us closer to our power, and we're closer to our power. We don't have to worry about these things that the people worry about, man. We don't have to go down to Egypt for help. All right, we drinking from our own cistern. You know,
because as we were speaking about before we started up, the conscious community is being confounded, man.
True.
You look at guys like Sinetta and what's this guy, Young Pharaoh, and really all of them. But it's to the point now to where you see these guys don't have the answers, man. And some of the elder Pastor Hart said, it's no coincidence as these men had these debates, the subject of Israel always comes up. Because ultimately it's about what we got, man. Egypt isn't the source of knowledge.
Nope.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
Hey, speaking of Egypt, hey man, Abraham went into Egypt. And he built up the Egyptians, man. Joseph. Hey, but in that line of knowledge, that line is, let's get the word lineage from, all right, it goes back to Adam. So if you want to get into it, we civilized Egypt. If you want to get into it, because Egypt was known as how do you say it? It was like they had multiple gods.
Polytheistic.
Polytheistic, the water. They had multiple gods. So it was Abraham was the first one to push being monotheistic, man. But along with that, he pushed a different science and a different science of basically civilization, which started with Adam. And it was passed down from Abraham to Joseph, all right, and going into Egypt, man. Because Joseph was a governor over Egypt.
And it was his wisdom that preserved Egypt.
Yep.
Because he's the only one that can interpret the dream.
Yep.
The same way you have the men of the Lord now, the only one that can interpret the Bible. Joseph was the only one that can interpret the vision, which did what? And in the spiritual, the vision was about preparation, because Joseph told him, look, you're going to have 7 years of plenteous and 7 years of famine. So in the time of plenteous, store up.
Right.
And then that's what we're doing now. Spiritually, we're storing up, all right, this spiritual food. So when the time of plenteous come, we'll have what's a surplus, man. While everyone else is scrambling, trying to find out what's going on, man. But it was the wisdom. Now, out of every Egyptian on earth, no one could interpret the dream except for Joseph, which shows you that what? The Most High confounded Egypt time after time again, man. That energy of Egypt is through. You see?
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 55, verse 1.
Yep.
Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye buy and eat.
Yep, and that's what we're doing, because how do we buy, all right, the truth? Well, it's with our time. It's with our sacrifice. That's how we're buying this truth, man. And we're doing it in the time of plenteous. You see, go ahead.
Yeah, come buy wine and milk.
Yep.
Without money and without price.
Yeah, without money and without price, man. So the Lord has made it very convenient for us to get this understanding of the word, man. All right, there's constant lessons going up. There's constant, we can look up information so quick on the Google, on the web, and bring things out, bring more light to the scripture. So the Yahweh Shem Al-Shai has made it very convenient, man. All the different devices we can go live on, platforms to go live on, it's very convenient to bring out information. So now it's the time to store up the true wisdom, because this is the wisdom that's going to get us through all this, man. You see? Matter of fact, get that 1 John 4 and 1 John 4 and 4. And then, because I want to get that word groomed real quick, and different WordNet, different wordnet.com, and you go into the verb, it says to educate for a future role or function. All right, educate means what? Draw out.
Yeah.
So hey, there's something being drawn out of us to prepare us for a future role or function. First, we have to maneuver through this chaos with faith. That's why we're being groomed to have faith, complete faith. All right, and then we're learning how to live by a standard, be disciplined, to be rulers of the world to come. You see, so we're being groomed, as it said, to be educated for a future role or function, man. And nothing else grooms you to get through the chaos outside of your Yahweh Shai. That's the only teacher that walked the earth that groomed, all right, his people to get through chaos, man. There's no other doctrine on earth that you can go to that's going to be able to prepare you for the chaos to come. You see?
Yeah. 1 John 4:4. Ye are of Yahweh, little children.
Yep.
And have overcome them.
Yep.
Because greater is he that is in you.
Hold on. Greater is he that is in you. And educate means to draw out.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Go ahead.
All right. Than he that is in the world.
Than he that is in the world. So there's something within us that's going to overcome this whole society.
And it's greater. The spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is greater than the spirit of Satan.
Yep.
This is the force of Satan plaguing the world right now. And it's funny that you bring it out because basically the hard times are going to draw out Yahweh Shai in us.
Yep.
It's like if we've been preparing for war, when you're in battle, that warrior is going to come out. Mm-hmm. And you see how hoorah the soldiers be when it's time for battle? Mm-hmm. That was being developed in them the whole time. Mm-hmm. You know?
Because a lot of people from the buckle, like a lot of men that you think tough from the buckle, like you seen that interview with that rap where the incident with that rapper in Atlanta, and his woman was getting kidnapped, and he was on the house on the phone with the police, you know. But you go through his Instagram, you know, Jake got the Draco and all these pictures. But then when it's going down, shit, Jake out there on the phone watching the woman get kidnapped. You see that's this fake tough guy energy that America got. That's gonna be confounded, man. You see why? Because it's gonna be things happening that they can't explain. They not familiar. See, the reason why what's gonna keep us stable is first and foremost the spirit of Yahweh within us, and then we're familiar with our power, how he gets down. Like when people think of the flood and Noah, they just pretty much think of the boat. You know, the animals two by two. Yeah. But see, they don't think about the women screaming and crying, the men screaming and crying, children, pregnant women being put to death on a mass scale.
And that appeased him.
Yeah.
Sirach 39, that appeased him, man.
Yeah, the sacrifices.
Yeah. So you're not familiar with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But see, we have got familiar with. So when we see these things happening, we know Yahweh Shema Shai ain't bullshit.
Yeah, because you got sons and daughters, right? The sons and daughters can know daddy don't play that.
Yep.
But then you got that cousin that come over. That cousin don't have that fear in him.
Yep.
So when the dad said, "I don't go to the store," and the cousin like, "Man, fuck that, I'm going." But how does the son and daughter look like? Ooh,
yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. See, the prophets looking at the world like, "Ooh, they don't know daddy."
Yep.
You know, Abba don't play that. Al-Shaja. You know? Was this something else you want to
you keep going to that Isaiah 31.
Isaiah 31?
You had something else, bro?
Yeah, I had something.
Yeah, you get yours, then you get back to Isaiah 31 barbershop.
All right. Colossians chapter 2 and verse 6.
Yep.
As ye have therefore received Hamashiach Yahweh the Lord, so walk ye in him.
Yeah, walk ye in him. And that's a lifestyle. You see, this is a lifestyle. And we walk after the fashion of Yahweh. Yahweh didn't care about clout or status within the Roman Empire. He didn't care about, being trending in the Roman Empire. He was here for a purpose. And that was the purpose of his father. And that was to what, man? To reconcile the nation of Israel back to the Father. You see? And we come in that same energy, all right, as Yahweh to do what, man? Reconcile Israel back to the Father through the Word, through Yahweh. You see? So I go in America, our energy is towards this. We live lives. We got lives that we live, within this society because it's up and functioning. But see, this is what we're here for. This is what we wake up. This is what we open our eyes in the morning for, is to reconcile our people back to the Heavenly Father through Yahweh, man. Nothing else really matters, man. Go ahead.
Rooted and built up in him, established in the faith.
Rooted and built up in him and established in the faith. See, right now it's about your faith. Mm-hmm. What got brothers saying fuck a job? Yeah. Faith. Mm-hmm. What spirit got brothers in the mindset, the hell with family, the hell, with all this and that, it's faith. You see, what spirit, what is it that make a brother egg on the chaos, man? Yeah. He's scrolling through the news looking for some type of chaos, man. Mm-hmm. What type of spirit is that's faith?
Because we want the after. We want to hear after.
Here you believe in what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
Now you excited, man. You go ahead.
As ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving.
Yep, abounding therein with thanksgiving, man. And see, that's another thing too, man. We have to continue to stay thankful, all right, for Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Continue to stay thankful that we just have the spirit to believe. Continue to be thankful for the brotherhood, man. Continue to be thankful that, you know, we can watch videos and be edified, read and get revelation, man. Be thankful for those things, man. And like I always say, what I've been praying for lately is to pray to have more faith in what's written. Pray to have more faith in what's written in the scriptures, man, because that's what's going to make you excited. When you believe in these words, man, you know, the scripture say our windows going to be made of agate, you know, streets of pure gold. You see?
It's those transparent.
Transparent, man. That's going to be real.
And in order to get to that point, this place got to go.
Yeah. Ain't no other way. You see?
Well, say, unless that which is sown in wickedness be turned upside down, then cannot it come that it's sown with good.
Yep.
You know, so in order for the kingdom of heaven to come, this place got to be destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying?
And you only get groomed with that mindset from the scriptures, nothing else, man. You know, and that's why you see these guys bugging out, because they're not groomed for these times. You know, they was groomed for a functioning society.
Yep.
You see?
And that's 2/3 of our people.
Yeah.
If you're in a first world society, you can run any philosophy you want to run.
Yep.
You know?
Everybody can be equal.
Yep.
Because it's already an algorithm for you to be fed. It's an algorithm that protects you. You know, you got a safety net with the police force. All right, it's an algorithm for all these different things. What they call safety nets.
Safety nets.
You know, because first world society full of safety nets, especially for women. You know, you can make poor decisions. You got safety nets.
That's why in the second chapter of the 32nd chapter, right next to the 30th, it says, a warning to careless women.
Woo!
So the first chapter's title for Isaiah 31 was "Woe for Trusting in Egypt."
Yep.
But the title for Isaiah 32, above the 9th verse, a warning to careless women.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just more proof when this society collapses, they're about to be the most effective.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, read verse 2, 31. Yep.
Okay, Isaiah 31 and 2.
Yep.
Yet he also is wise.
It said, yet he, Salaki, yet he, and that's talking about Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Because what do like the niggas that's in psychology, they pretty much boast in wisdom. They use them big words, like you hear polite, you know, you young Pharaoh before he threw now, but they used to boast in them big words and having all this worldly knowledge. But the scripture said, yet he also is wise. Since you want to play this wise game, all right, yet he also is wise. Go ahead.
Isaiah 31 and 2 again. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words.
Yep.
But will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity.
Yeah, so he said he is wise, all right, and he gonna bring evil and not call his words back, and will arise against the house of the evildoers. And that's beginning with Esau, Edom, because the house goes back to your lineage, all right. When we get in the kingdom, you know, and someone that's from the house of El Zahab, that will be from his lineage. It can be his great grandson, his great son Ambarak, by Ya'ala, son of such and such house of Zahab. That means he's from that lineage. You see? So he said against the house of iniquity, which is speaking of who? Esau, Edom. But then it said everyone that helps. If you hear like everybody that's advocating to get this potion, you are attached to the house of iniquity, man. You are a helper to the house of iniquity. You see, ain't no gray areas no more. It's either you're helping build the house of David, or you're trying to further the house of wickedness, man. And that's where the line is being drawn in the sand. You know, all these entertainers, athletes, you see, no, they're help building the house of the wicked. They're trying to help forward this house, but the Lord's against this place, man. That's another thing of wisdom. Why would I try to forward something when the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, is against it, man? What's it, Psalms 127?
No, I'm sorry, real quick. This Lord build a house.
Yeah. See, that's wisdom. That's applying wisdom. Now, everybody want to be so wide. They try to be so deep. but they forget to look for the simple thing. Trying to be so, what is it? The simplicity in how shot.
Yeah. Hey, fear Yahweh and keep his commandments.
Yep.
Psalm 127 and what now?
Is it 1?
Psalm 127 and 1.
Yep.
Except Yahweh build the house, they labor in vain that build it.
Except Yahweh build the house, it's a labor in vain. Esau built all these skyscrapers, all these cities. It's in vain because it's gonna be destroyed.
Yeah, like sandcastle.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the feminist movement, all these philosophy, it's all gonna be destroyed. You know? So this house that was built in vain. The house of the wicked was built in vain. It's pretty much a demonstration. Like you said, a demo.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Go ahead.
Except Yahweh keep the city, the watchman walketh but in vain.
The watchman walketh but in vain. You know, so if you're watching over a city that the Lord wants to destroy, you're watching in vain. You know, what you gonna see? The Lord coming, you gonna prepare? No, you're gonna be destroyed.
Yeah. But it's like different people that work security and they take an occasional sleep break, whatever, but they keep waking up. But if you got the whole perimeter surrounded, basically, it ain't nothing you can do.
Nah.
You know?
Because there's a beautiful point. Because Yahweh Shema Al-Shai, he already has a counter for everything that people gonna try to prep for. Because instead of repenting, people try to store up food,
Mm-hmm.
people try to store up, water, people try to get ammunition,
Mm-hmm.
So instead of repenting, people try to have a counter for the judgment that's written. Like, when you're watching the Ottoman Empire, when you go into war, it's pretty much you trying to outthink. Like, the actual war is the last thing to take place. But pretty much you see how it's really 2 or 3 men trying to outthink each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the soldiers is just the moving parts within the war.
It's a chess game.
Yeah, but it's two or 3 men trying to outthink each other.
That's what Yahweh Shai said too.
Yeah, that's why I said ye. Yeah, and he also is wise. All right, since y'all so smart, well, the Most High finna checkmate every move you think you got, man. You got it.
Nah, you got it because
I got 2.
Okay.
All right, just to land back what you had before.
Yep.
All right, Job chapter 5, verse 12 and 13. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Yep, and the enterprise that he's trying to put together now is this New World Order. This NWO, where he's pretty much trying to create a technological, world order, where he's in complete control through his technology, man. He wants complete control, man. All right, he wants your mind on the grid.
Mm-hmm.
He wants your thought process. He wants that all on the grid, man. Go ahead.
Your soul.
Your soul, yep.
They say, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Yep.
And the counsel of the froward is carried headlong.
They say take the wise in their own craftiness. All these little sly, slick plans that Esau is doing, well, it's going to go against him. Because at the end of the day, he's trying to further enslave humanity. He's trying to pretty much do a genocide on majority of the earth, especially Israel, but that's going to go against him. Because guess what? A lot of Edomites finna die. And the remnant of Esau finna go into captivity.
Mm-hmm.
So the very thing that he's plotting to do is going to work against him, man.
Yep.
But see, this is going back to the wisdom. See, we talking about the end game. Mm-hmm. Egyptology never gave you a solution.
Nope.
But to try to forge yourself in America. It was get some Egyptian musk.
Yep.
You see, after that, it's pretty no solution.
Yep. Light sage.
Yeah, they had a holistic overtone.
Yeah.
But see, what's the solution to the chaos though?
Yep.
That's because sage ain't gonna get these properties off your head, man.
Oh.
Buy these DVDs, tune into this latest debate.
Yeah, a debate, and then pretty much more confusion.
The men of the Lord are the only people that saw the movie, man.
Yep.
That
was it on it.
Yeah, no, it's my next one here.
Okay, you got it.
I said how war is the last result.
Yep.
Luke chapter 14 and verse 31. Or what king going to make war against another king sitteth down first?
Yep.
Or sitteth not down first?
Yep.
And consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000.
Yeah, because when you go to war, all right, like I say, war is always the last. Back in the ancient world, you would try different diplomatic approaches before you had to go to war, because wars cost money. Wars cost people. All right, if you lose, 15, 20,000 adult males from your kingdom, that's going to affect your kingdom. So you trying to figure out a way. Okay, what can I do not to go to war? All right, that's how it worked in the world. You see. So you got to count the cost, and see, we count the cost knowing that in this war, we're going to lose everything. Mm-hmm. Before the king go to war, he already got in mind, I can lose X amount of soldiers. I can, I can lose, different territories. He already got this counted up before he go to war. And that's how we have counted the cost, that we can lose everything, man. You see, you got it, bro.
It says, or else while the other is yet a great way off,
yep,
he sent an ambassage. I believe it's an ambassador.
Yep.
And desire conditions of peace.
Yep, go ahead.
So likewise, whosoever he be of you, that forsake of not all that he have, he cannot be my disciple.
Yeah, so that's going back into what? Us being groomed for this time. All right? Because we understood our mama, our parents not going to believe. A lot of our kinfolk not going to believe. Friends we've had in the world, they not going to believe. So we already had to count them as lost. All right, like you always say, casualties of war. Mm-hmm. You already count them as casualties of a spiritual war, because the spiritual war is your belief system. Mm-hmm. And you see the majority of people that we grew up around. All right, they have been taken by the beast. Mm-hmm. They are on the opposite side of this war, man. They're wandering after the beast.
They're wandering after the beast.
Yeah, and we following Hamshah whithersoever he goes. So there's two different directions. So we already counted that cost, man. Because another thing, the Egyptian, the black conscience is all blacks together. This one big, huge community of black people. No, the Most High is going to deal with the remnant, man.
2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to pulling down of strongholds.
Yep, and that goes into the power of teaching. Mm-hmm. Because what happens when the brother or sister is converted, that means that these words have penetrated them and converted their mindset from the ways of this society to the ways of righteousness. And that's like conquering new territory in a war. Mm-hmm. When you conquer, when a brother or sister is converted to righteousness, that's like conquering land or territory in a war. You see, it's a spiritual war before it's going to get physical. Mm-hmm. So our weapon is what? This word. That's the only way we can conquer. That's the only way of the mind of the elect can be conquered is through this word, man.
Yeah, because going back to the scripture the elder because I just brought out about two kings sitting aside the cost of going to war.
Yep.
And this is a spiritual war. This is the house of David against the elite.
Yep.
So, but we have to, when you in war, you factor in your weapons.
Yep.
Your budget for weapons. What do you have to fight against what they have to fight? And we have to tap into our power source.
Yep.
The house of David is going against the elites, man. So we have to tap into our power source, which is the truth, man.
Yep.
See, the 2/3 of our people going into the Comedics, all right, their warfare can't counter Esau's warfare.
That's why they're getting devoured.
Right.
Like you say, if you ain't got the weaponry, if you ain't got the weaponry, they got catapults, crossbows, 20,000 archers, and you just got 10 million with battle axe, you through, man. Mm-hmm. You gonna go out there and be devoured. And that's why you say that's what Egyptology is equipped. It's not equipping you spiritually to be able to deal with these times.
No.
You see? So when you go out there, you get devoured. Like a mindset of someone that's an Egyptologist or black conscious and a Christian, you can forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
The worst ones.
Yeah, they through. All right? But someone with that mindset goes out into this society during these times of spiritual warfare, they're going to be devoured, man. It's going to be easy work, And you can tell that this word is a problem within Esau's society because he put so much emphasis on trying to stop it. Like this whole YouTube censorship is mainly because of this word. That's him trying to defend. Because if you on defense, that means someone is coming at you. You know?
Yeah, because if, like they say, the hit dog gonna bark.
Yeah.
So obviously something is being said that you don't want to be said and you don't want to be heard, man. You know?
That's why we notice during this time of war, the main act really against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is the silence of his prophets, man.
Yep.
You know?
And that's a warfare tactic. Because what do they call it? A YouTube strike.
Yep.
So that's an offensive attack. That's a strike. Like got an airstrike. A YouTube strike. That's an attack on us, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1.
Yep.
The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
Yep, and this is going to the second coming of Yahushua. All right, for this chapter, it goes to the second coming of Yahushua, and then it jump back into the build up of actually Yahushua coming on this chariot, man.
But declaring the end from the beginning.
Yes, yep. And it shows you the end of the movie, then it jumps back to what builds up to this point. All right, and see, the idols is being confounded, man. You know, like the modern woman, that was an idol.
Yep.
Like this modern woman, that's being confounded. Like people ain't under the enchantment of the modern woman. They ain't looking at this bitch like, oh hell, street culture, thug culture. People looking at that like, nah, this ain't it.
Yep.
You know,
because really that was glorifying diva.
Yep.
And what was the thug enchantment?
Yeah, thug.
So that means street niggas was under deity.
Yep.
Because you know, in the urban world, because don't you know it's women who travel from out of state to go to an infamous hood just to get street niggas?
Yep.
Because basically Esau he put that thug vibration on them. Really, they were deified.
Yep.
Yeah, he put that on the forefront.
Yeah, so we had two, like the other Yashoma brought out, you had the diva, deity, and the thug. But those are deities in our culture.
They're being confounded now.
Now it's being confounded.
Yep. So them niggas dying by the dozen.
Yep.
All right. And the modern woman has become useless. You know?
Yep.
Go ahead.
And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Yep.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother.
Yeah, so the Egyptian gonna be against the Egyptian, and you see that these ideologies, all right, in America are clashing. You have the Antifa, you have the alt-right, the alt-left, you have the pro-maxers, the anti-maxers, you got the pro-mask, the anti-mask, all right, you still got Edomites believe Trump gonna get back in office, you know, it's just a madhouse, pretty much a big shit show in America, man. You see, it's tacky as hell, and see, now it's being led to blood, you know, now it's leading to people actually putting hands on each other, man, behind these ideologies, and it's gonna get worse, man. So having the knowledge of this, all right, he's giving us, we're getting a rundown of what's gonna happen. Go ahead.
And everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Yep. And we seeing it on every level. You know? Hey, because what you call red states and blue states. Because you got a lot of Republicans saying, look, leave those blue states and go to the red states, because supposedly the red states are a little more lax when it comes to the restrictions dealing with the pandemic. And the Democrat states are pretty much being turned into dystopia. All right, dystopian states. Like you look at California, the 10 cities, you know.
And everybody's leaving Cali.
Yeah.
Homeless population.
You see, that's the city against city, you know, kingdom against kingdom, you know, going to these nations that have conflict. You see? So it's playing out just like the scripts say. This is the top knowledge. What else knowledge can give you a commentary of what's going on today and was written thousands of years ago? No other knowledge does that, man. You know,
and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
And the spirit of Egypt is failing. It's failing. People are defeated. You see, young Pharaoh is a great example of someone that's defeated. That spirit of Egypt is failing. That mind frame of America the Great, because it was one time America had you know, it was just so exciting to be in America at one point. You know, you couldn't wait to go out on the weekend. It was just, you know, you should just go to the mall, and the mall was popping, man.
Yeah, it had a certain spirit
to it. But now they're playing this. The spirit of America is failing.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I get real quick.
Yep.
Jeremiah 51:7.
Yep.
Babylon had been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand.
Yep.
They made all the earth drunken.
Yep.
The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Yeah, and because America pretty much influence has spread throughout the earth. Mm-hmm. You know, when that cup, all right, their philosophy, all right, has spread to all these different nations, man. Even when you look at Afghanistan, I was telling the brothers, America been there for 20 years, and guess what you got in Afghanistan now? Well, but they tearing that shit down now. But you had beauty parlors, you had women that was pretty much liberated to pursue all these different careers. Then you had strip clubs and shit. Like they say Taliban, they tearing up strip clubs, they tearing up beauty parlors. You know, women got to cover back up. You see, but that was part of what? Their philosophy, that golden cup, and the nations are mad because as a man, especially an Eastern culture, they know the long-term effects of this shit. That'll destroy a nation. All right.
And then I just said westernization to embody, you know, democracy, Christianity, liberty. All right, you're drunk.
Yep.
If anybody that hasn't woke up to this truth, they're really drunk. Mm-hmm. When you talk to people out in the world, especially women, like liberal women, they are drunk, man.
It's because it's just like you talk with someone who's actually drunk.
Yep.
You know, you really not getting nowhere.
Right.
What they saying don't make sense.
Right.
They're not in sentences.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Then I'd like to get into in 1 Ezra 4, which speaks about how wine, it makes like the mind of the king, the fatherless child alike. Like that spirit is all over the earth, man.
Yeah.
You see everybody wandering out the whore, basically.
Yeah, and then the fatherless child is undisciplined. Now the wine that the great whore wants you to drink, part of that is the drink of undiscipline. You know, you have, it's all about self-indulgence and not self-restraint.
Yep.
Because the fatherless child is undisciplined. Mm-hmm. So wine makes the mind of a king and the fatherless child the same. That means that when the scripture says he made all the earth to drunken, or all the earth drunken on philosophies, that means that it's a philosophy that consists of undiscipline. You know, part of that is, you know, undisciplined, man.
Do as thou wilt.
Yep, because it is coded in the terms of freedom, liberty, you know, and the end result is like you're like a fatherless child in the earth.
Yep.
You know. So what did you want us to?
What you mean?
I was just in Isaiah 51.
You finished there?
Yeah, I just wanted to make that quick point.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay.
I got a quick one.
Yep.
Isaiah 24. And
I get around 24:1.
In verse 11, there is a crying for wine in the streets.
There's a crying for wine in the streets. Go ahead.
All joy is darkened.
All joy is darkened. Go ahead.
The mirth of the land is gone.
The mirth of the land is gone. And see, they cry for wine. All right, now you're gonna have people that ain't gonna want literal wine to try to suppress their agony they in. But then the main wine they're gonna want, all right, is a way. See, when people when your way fails, you're looking for another way. When everything you believed and hoped in fails, you start looking for another way. You get humbled down to now you're ready to receive correction. Mm-hmm. And you lose everything when shit going bad, you can't explain it. Now you're ready to receive correction. And you're gonna be looking for that wine, it's gonna be gone. You see, right now the buffet open. These are buffets, man.
Yeah, we were reading earlier. Come buy wine and milk.
Yeah,
you know. See that? So now, I mean, it's readily available.
Well, that's those coupons that pop up on your phone.
Yep.
And get a 20% off. Get $20 off if you order Uber Eats today. $20 off your next purchase.
Yep.
Come buy wine and milk. All those fucking commercials that pop up.
Yep.
When you watching TV, man, showing a chicken sandwich in slow motion, all oily.
Yep.
I got that. Oh, I'm sorry, you still going?
Nah, that was it on it.
All right, so Rock 24-1.
Yes, Rock 24 and 21.
24 and 21.
Yeah.
All right, so Rock 24 and 21. He that obeyeth me should never be confounded, and they that work by me should not do amiss.
Yep. Can you read?
All right. It says verse 23. I'm sorry, Actually, I missed that verse. Sirach 24 and 21. They that eat me.
24 and 1.
24 and 1.
Yeah, start at 1. Yeah.
All right, Sirach 24 and 1. Wisdom shall praise herself and shall glory in the midst of her people.
Yep, go ahead.
In the congregation of the Most High shall she open her mouth and triumph before his power.
So this is going to be much the origins of wisdom and how wisdom, the true wisdom of the earth, rests with Israel, and it's going to prove it. Go ahead.
I came out of the mouth of Yahweh and covered. I'm sorry. I came out of the mouth of the Most High and covered the earth as a cloud.
Woo! Covered the earth as a cloud. Who is that? Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
Going back to what's that? Sirach 44.
I already was about to say. Yeah. I thought of that too.
Yeah. Get that. You see, that's speaking of Yahweh Shai.
40. What's that? 44 and
should be like 12, 13, 15.
Something like King Solomon?
Yeah, I think it's when you go to
Proverbs.
Yeah, his Proverbs cover the earth.
Kind of. It's a lot. Second, bro.
Yeah, because at the end of the day.
Yeah, 47 and 13.
Oh, okay. All right, Sirach 47 and 13. It says, Solomon reigned in a peaceable time and was honored. For Yahweh made all quiet round about him, that he might build an house in his name and prepare his sanctuary forever. How wise was thou in thy youth, and as a flood filled with understanding, thy soul covered the whole earth.
Thy soul covered the whole earth.
Is it?
And thou fillest it with dark parables.
So going back now with Yahweh Shai, he was spoken to existence by the Heavenly Father, and he embodied the wisdom of the Heavenly Father because he was taught directly by the Heavenly Father. So that wisdom of Yahweh Shai, all right, it covered the earth within Solomon. And see, it's finna do it again. And right now we're in the prelude of it through his men. This wisdom now is covering the earth. Because like we say, when you go to these different red pill channels, pretty much, when they talk about the correction of the modern woman, they can't go without bringing up the Bible. Why, man? Because that's that wisdom coming back to fill the earth with a flood. Like, true correction comes from the scriptures.
Period.
And going, what's that? Get 1 Kings 4 and I think 26. And see, and when you read this, now I see why Yahweh Shai Shai, he had it scribed like this. Dealing with Solomon and their wisdom, man. All right, started at 4 and started at 29.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. 29 and 30.
Yeah.
1 Kings 4 and 29. And the Heavenly Father gave Solomon wisdom and understanding, exceeding much, and largeness of heart.
So Solomon had wisdom and understanding, exceeding much. Now, listen to what it compares his wisdom to. Go ahead.
Even as the sand that is on the seashore.
Go ahead.
And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the East country, and all the wisdom of Egypt.
And all the wisdom of Egypt.
That's a bad verse, bro.
You see that?
Yeah.
You see that? Why did he?
1 Kings
4 and 30.
Why did he just call Egypt out?
Yeah.
You see, because Egypt thought they were these super intelligent, people. No, the true wisdom comes from Yahweh Shai Shai.
Then you gotta understand the nature of the time it was in. It was all about wisdom.
You get back in that Sirach 24. Yeah, we're gonna read down a little bit. Think about 17.
Okay, come.
Get that point.
All right, Sirach 24 and 3.
Isaiah 19, wrap it up.
I came out of the mouth of the Most High and covered the earth as a cloud. I dwelt in high places, and my throne is in a cloudy pillar. I alone compassed the circuit of heaven and walked in the bottom of the deep. In the ways of the sea and in all the earth and in every people and nation, I got a possession.
Because wisdom was within all creation. When you just see how things, interact with each other, the earth was and the creations in it were very wisely made. Like you look at how creation, how everything complement each other. Everything is so intact in wisdom. Even how our body functions, that's just a wisdom, a high level of wisdom that made these things. So you can see wisdom in everything, man. Go ahead.
All right, verse Sirach 24:7.
Yep.
With all these I sought rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide?
Yep.
So the Creator of all things gave me a commandment.
The Creator of all things, the Most High, gave him commandment to do what? Go ahead.
And he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest, and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thy inheritance in Israel.
That thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thy inheritance in Israel. And you always talk about it on how you don't just inherit material things from your forefathers.
Yeah.
No, you inherit wisdom.
Yep.
You see?
You inherit a mindset.
You see that?
Yep.
So the wisdom, the highest form of wisdom comes from Israel. That's the only way the earth gonna function its full potential is when Israel is in power, because Israel was blessed to inherit this high form of wisdom. No other nation, man.
That's the ironic, because this chapter was inherited. Like this book, the book of Sirach, was inherited wisdom passed down.
Yep.
Yeah, from his father and grandfather.
Yep, from his father and grandfather.
Yep.
All right. In the holy tabernacle. All right, let me see. I'm sorry. Verse 9, Sirach 24:9. He created me from the beginning, before the world, and I should never fail. In the holy tabernacle I served before him, and so was I established in Zion.
Yep, established in Zion. And it was mainly through who? David and Solomon. Because when Solomon, all nations came to Israel to get their wisdom, man.
Yeah, that was the peak of the earth.
That was the peak. You see? So what we got, like, we was groomed for this. Then the Most High set it up from the beginning where that we would inherit the wisdom to maneuver in these times. You see? You see how everything come together? Like what these guys talking about Egyptology, they don't have no answers for what's going on. They have no solutions. They can't give you the understanding of why and when. They can't tell you all the characters of the movie because they confused. You know? But see, this wisdom is setting everything in order. What's that? Is it wisdom? How it sets everything right? How wisdom?
Yeah.
You get that one? I said, then we're in on Isaiah 19. Read on down, you know, unless you had something else.
God, I'm gonna get some.
Okay, come in. You gonna get one, bro. Looking for. Yep. Hey, this is a beautiful thing, man. And see, we finna see the earth be more confounded. Hey, prepare to see people that's not in this truth to be more and more confounded, more confused, you know, making impulsive decisions. You know, we finna see that more because they haven't been groomed for these times that we're coming into, man. You know?
Yeah, that sounds good. You got it, bro.
Okay, come. With that, Isaiah 19 until you get it.
Come on. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 3.
Yep.
The spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
Yep, so you say the council, all right, thereof is being destroyed. You see, everyone thought they had to figure it out with a 401k, you know, with a college, with a business. You see, everyone thinks they got it figured out some type of way. No, their counsel is being destroyed. If you haven't been prepared in the spirit, then none of those things is going to matter. You know, go ahead.
That says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord,
yep,
and a fierce king.
And that's what we're seeing happening now. All right? Because really much beginning with the elites, they're cruel kings, you know, but even with Biden and them, hey, these people are cruel as hell. And see, you're going to find out how cruel that these people are, man. You know, these people don't give a damn about the American people. There was a war against the American people as we speak, man. You see? And we in those times now. You see a war is being waged on the people of America, this new Egypt. You see? Why? Because they're in the hands or in the authority of a cruel king, a cruel lord. Go ahead.
Even Ronald Reagan had made the statement, you know, roughly paraphrasing, but he had said, the worst thing that you can ever hear is when the government tell you that they're here for your help.
Yeah.
You know, basically, they're here to help you. Yeah. He said that, man, so how much more now? You know? And that says, And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua of hosts.
Go ahead.
And the water shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up.
Go ahead.
And they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of defense shall be emptied, dried up. The reeds and the flags shall wither. And the paper reeds by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away, and be no more.
Yeah, pretty much this society is just drying up. The food supply chain is being broken. You know, everything is on the grid, so everything is vulnerable. Your gas, your lights. You see, because back then, you know, you had to depend on agriculture. You know, which you still do today. You know, but see, this is going to agriculture, so pretty much the whole farming system, which we seeing that being tore down. You know, the government is paying farmers, you know, more money than their crops worth to destroy their crops, man. You know, so we're seeing the agriculture fail. All right, go ahead.
The fishers also shall mourn.
Yep, go ahead.
And all that they that cast the angle into the brook shall lament, and they that spread nets upon the water shall languish.
Go ahead.
Moreover, they that work in fine flax, and they that weave networks shall be confounded.
Yep.
And they shall be broken in the purposes thereof, all that make sluices, I'm saying it correctly,
Yep.
and ponds for fish. Surely the princes of Zoan are fools, and the counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish.
Yeah, so now the shit that they talking about sound brutish. Now 20 years ago, like you said, it was cute, you know, to get into the Egyptian culture. Like you say, you know, spit that science, guy. You know, start you a holistic business.
Yeah. Wear a little African chain.
Yeah, have your community. But now it's sounding brutish. Now, what you gonna do? Because it's a death potion out there. What you gonna do about that? How you gonna dodge the jab? What do the Egyptian guys say about this man's medicine, man? You see? About taking a death potion to keep your situation going. What does the Egyptian wisdom say on that? Now it's sounding brutish, you know? And then when you go into Zohan, I wanna because when you go into Zohan real quick, all right, that word Zohan, all right, which is in the Hebrew is to Zion, and it says a ancient city of Lower Egypt called Tanis by the Greeks, located in the eastern bank, all right, of the Tannic branch, the Nile, the capital of the Shepherd dynasty, built 7 years after Hebron and existing before Abraham, and the dwelling place of Pharaoh at the time of Exodus. You see, so Zohan was pretty much represented the wisdom center of ancient Egypt. You see, but now we're seeing the wisdom of this place being confounded, man. It's not making sense anymore, man. You know,
that showed that America being confounded, but also the elite.
Yep.
You know, which control America.
Yep.
All right. Now it says, the counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh has become brutish. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of ancient kings?
Yeah, so now they're dealing with the elites. You see? Because what? Esau boasts himself in his IQ, his technology, his science. You know, he can do this and he can do that. But now it's sounding so foolish because it's bringing him to go to war with with Yahweh Bashim al-Shai.
Gene editing.
Yeah. That now your plan is sounding foolish because it's bringing you to a war with a power that you can't deal with. You know, he's not counting the cost. Like if Esau counted the cost of going to war against Yahweh Bashim al-Shai, he will fall back.
I got something on that too.
He would try to make ambassadors of peace. You see, so it's foolish for this man to go to war with Yahweh Bashim al-Shai, but he's gonna do it, man, and he's leading a lot of you people on the front lines with him, man. You know, because everyone that's joined with him shall be thrust through. That's it. Everyone that's joined with him on the battlefield, you're gonna be thrust through. You know, because if it's a war, All right. It don't matter if I know who your people is, but you on the other side, well, you finna get the same work they finna get.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 27. Were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest the adversaries should behave themselves strangely and say, unless they should say, our hand is high, and the Lord have not done all this.
Yeah.
For nation void of counsel.
Void of counsel.
Neither is there any understanding in them.
Yeah, so what he's doing something to someone that's not advised. You know, because the king will be surrounded by advisors. You think with the Ottoman with visitors.
Yeah, visitors. Yeah.
Someone always telling them, you know, the giving them what they call critical thinking.
That's where you get the word like a seer.
Yeah.
You know, visitor, like you had a sun visor, it allows you to see in the sun.
Yeah.
You know, that's where you get the word, like I said, a visitor.
Yeah.
You know. And I still had that in wisdom. I think that's in the scripture.
I got one more verse.
You got it, bro.
Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end.
Yeah, that they would consider the end game of their decision making. But they're not. They showing that the same way Pharaoh's heart was hardened, the Most High has hardened the hearts of the elites, man. You know, for them to keep going on with this agenda. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it.
That was it. Okay, come. Yeah, we can end with that, bro.
All right. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 27.
Yep.
All right. And being but one, she can do all things, talking about wisdom. And remaineth in herself, she maketh all things new.
Yep.
And in all ages entering into holy souls, making them friends of Yahweh and prophets. Yeah, I was looking at the all things are right, and I didn't.
Oh, well, it didn't come up.
Yeah.
Come.
Yeah.
I know. In the
you know.
What's that? How I go?
How wisdom said all things are right. I put all things in order. Read that one again, bro.
All right. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 27.
Yeah.
And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls, and make them friends of Yahweh and prophets.
Yep, and showing you that the wisdom is going to dwell on who? The prophets. And then it said, being but one, she can do all things. Hey, because wisdom is going, the true wisdom of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai is going to solve everything that's wrong in the earth, man. You know, it's going to solve, all right, the family. It's going to solve what's going on, you know, with economics. You know, it's going to solve what's going on with pollution. All right, there's going to be system put in place through wisdom by the men of Yahweh Shem Al Shai that's in rulership with Yahweh Shai that's going to solve, you know, the earth, man, through wisdom. What's Sirach 10 and 4?
Sirach 10 and 4?
Yep.
Come on. Sirach, the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
One that is profitable. You see, the rulership of Yahweh Shai will be profitable to the whole earth, man. Because even after their rigorous captivity of the heathens, you know, excluding Esau of Edom, who's going to be eradicated, which that's a wise decision to eradicate this guy off the earth, man. You know? But even after that, the heathens will enjoy a righteous kingdom.
Yeah, because the planet Earth is like Yahweh Shema Shai's business. And he needs a proper steward. It's his house. The earth is his house. He needs a proper steward to manage his house, man. All right? And the planet Earth is like a business, man. You put a CEO over your business. You know, you put an executive over your business. And right now we have a horrible executive, man.
Yeah.
You know?
So woe to the old leon, not king as a child.
Yep. Spending all the money.
Yep.
Drunk, having parties on the top floor.
Yep.
You know?
Nigga buying number guns.
Yeah. Like you saw the Wolf on Wall Street, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I couldn't get it, bro.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll find out. Do another lesson on it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give out honor and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shem Kakodash. That were honest to our elder apostles and elder bishops was great millstone who were well. Peace and blessing to the house of David the elect. Abba Ball. From Yashalom.
Shalom.